As we come on the air, the United States government is officially shut down, with both Republicans and Democrats determined not to take the blame. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rena Sargentopoulos. Less than 24 hours ago, a deadlocked Congress missed its deadline and failed to reach an agreement to fund the government. CNN's Julia Benbrook is in Washington.
Earlier this week, we saw the top leaders from both parties and both chambers meeting here at the White House with the stated goal of trying to come to an agreement to keep the government open. But in the hours and days after that meeting, it became clear that both sides were really digging in. And now that there is a government shutdown, the blame game continues.
Democrats want to play political games with the lives and the livelihoods of Americans.
Republicans have adopted a my way or the highway approach. They basically have said, take it or leave it with respect to our partisan Republican spending bill.
So what are the main sticking points? While Democrats are pushing to extend enhanced Obamacare subsidies, Republicans are asking for essentially an extension of current funding for another 7 weeks. When it comes to how this shutdown differs from those in the past, the threat of mass firings looms large. While it is typical to see some government workers furloughed during this time, the president is threatening a more permanent impact, which lines up with his long-stated goal to shrink the size of the federal government and could be seen as a tactic the administration hopes will force Democrats to support their plan without compromise. The last government shutdown took place at the end of 2018 going into 2019 during President Donald Trump's first term. It was the longest in more than 4 decades, lasting 35 days in total. At the White House, I'm Julia Benbrook.
We are learning more about the impact the government shutdown will have here at home. Gordon Severson is live at the Capitol with reaction from lawmakers and union leaders. Gordon?
Yeah, there was a lot of worry here today at the Minnesota State Capitol as Minnesotans are trying to understand the local impact of this shutdown. The Attorney General and others say their biggest concerns involve federal benefits, health care, and local farmers who tell us that this shutdown is coming during their busiest time of the year, harvest time, and they're already dealing with a lot of uncertainty in the market. We also heard from the American Federation of Government Employees, the local union that represents many of the federal workers here in Minnesota. They say around 18,000 federal employees work in Minnesota. They're still trying to figure out how many of them have been deemed essential and how many will be furloughed. But they are concerned this shutdown could lead to thousands of workers losing their jobs for good.
This time around, the Office of Management and Budget from the White House has said that employees that are furloughed, that they're going to terminate all of those employees. So instead of back pay, they're just not going to have a job. They're not going to get paid at all.
Now, within the last few minutes, we received a notice from Governor Walz in his office that he plans to host a media briefing tomorrow to go over the local impacts and try to prevent some of these things from happening. Now, we are also getting some more reaction from our lawmakers in Washington, and I will share some of their comments for you coming up tonight at 5.
Gordon, did they say how farmers here might be affected?
Well, a lot of them are dealing with, the situation with tariffs, and, a lot of them are trying to sell soybeans, which has been kind of an issue with China and the tariffs. And they say they kind of lean on the USDA and some other agencies for guidance. And, this is a time when they want some of that guidance, and they're worried that they're not going to get it here during that shutdown.
All right, Gordon, thank you.